If I looked half as good as you looked, I'd be president of the United States right now.
If I was this tall, I'd be president. Sure, look at it.
Well,
An announcement. I saved a bunch of money by switching to Geico. Yeah.
Senator, your trip out west a week before last, prior to your hearing last week, how did that go? How is the notion of a Marco Rubio candidacy being received? What did you experience?
Well, we'll have more news about that soon. Obviously, we have a lot of friends around the country that have been very encouraging, but we'll have an announcement soon.
Senator, there was a recent poll out that said most Floridians would rather see you in the U.S. Senate than make a run for the White House. When you saw that, your reaction was?
I didn't see it, so I apologize. But to be honest with you, I mean, you can't make decisions about something of a magnitude of running for president simply on polls. If I had listened to polls, I never would have run for the Senate.
You made the remark to one of your advisors, or you're quoted as making the remark, behave yourselves as if we're running for president. Have you withdrawn that remark?
Again, listen, I've been very honest with everyone. We're seriously considering running for president. We'll have a decision to make fairly soon and an announcement to make with it as well. I promise you'll all know about it.
Senator Ileana Ros-Lehtinen said this weekend that she doesn't think you will run against Jim. What do you think about
Again, I mean, we're considering our options with regards to where's the best place for me to serve this country at this time in my life and in my career. And we'll have a decision to make over the next few weeks to announce. As I said, the final criteria that I need to decide is where's the best place for me to serve this country at this time in my life and in my career. And when we're ready to make that announcement, we will. It will be with plenty of time to run a successful campaign if I decide to run for president. Basically, the question was about businesses looking to do business in Cuba. I think as long as the Castros are there, it's going to be very difficult to successfully do business in Cuba. They have no respect for rule of law. The law in Cuba is whatever the tyranny says it is. And by the way, doing business in Cuba today, even the executive orders the president signed on that issue, violate existing statute. I imagine the courts will weigh in on it. Just to comment on Alejandro Castro's statement today, we don't believe there was going to be any democratic opening in Cuba as long as the Castros were in charge, and that's exactly as we predicted. As far as opening an embassy in Havana, I don't know how you're going to open an embassy when one of the conditions is that your diplomats are not allowed to meet with civil society and dissidents in the democratic opposition. And as far as credit to the Cuban government, buyer beware, because the Cuban government doesn't pay its debt. That's why they don't have access to credit to begin with.
Senator, do you have
Thank
a
you, guys. I have to
position?
run.